When people think of the most powerful militaries in the world, one image dominates their minds: the unmatched might of the United States Air Force. With its cutting-edge technology, global reach, and decades of battlefield success, the U.S. Air Force has defined modern warfare like no other military branch in history. It isn't just about fighter jets screaming across the skies or bombers carrying devastating firepower. The U.S. Air Force has redefined how wars are fought, how nations defend themselves, and even how diplomacy plays out on the global stage. From stealth technology to space operations, from surgical precision strikes to humanitarian aid, the Air Force has transformed the very meaning of air power. Today, we'll explore 7 of the greatest achievements of the U.S. Air Force in modern warfare. These aren't just victories, they're milestones that changed global military strategy forever. So let's dive in. Airplane Achievement 1. Mastery of stealth technology. Stealth is perhaps the single most revolutionary innovation in the history of air warfare. The ability to fly into enemy airspace, strike heavily defended targets, and vanish without being detected has given the U.S. Air Force an edge no other nation has matched for decades. The journey began with the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first operational stealth aircraft. First tested in secret during the late 1970s, it was unveiled to the public only in 1988. But its true value was proven in Operation Desert Storm in 1991. When U.S. forces launched their assault on Iraq, it was the F-117s that struck first, targeting command and control bunkers, radar installations, and missile sites. Iraqi defenses crumbled almost instantly, unable to even detect the aircraft that were destroying them. In the first few days alone, stealth aircraft crippled Iraq's ability to fight back. Later, the U.S. expanded stealth dominance with the B-2 Spirit bomber, capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear weapons anywhere in the world. Today, the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II continue the tradition, combining stealth with unmatched maneuverability and advanced sensors. Stealth didn't just give America an advantage. It reshaped global strategy. Other nations have poured billions into trying to catch up, but the U.S. Air Force still leads, making stealth one of its defining achievements in modern warfare. Bullseye Achievement 2. Precision-guided munitions, smart bombs. Before the 1990s, air campaigns often relied on carpet bombing, dropping massive amounts of unguided bombs and hoping to destroy enemy positions. The collateral damage was enormous, and accuracy was poor. The U.S. Air Force changed that with precision-guided munitions. Using laser guidance, GPS, and advanced targeting systems, these smart bombs allowed pilots to strike specific targets with extraordinary accuracy. During the Gulf War, only about 10% of the weapons used were precision-guided. But those 10% accounted for nearly 75% of successful strikes on key targets, bunkers, bridges, tanks, and even moving vehicles. This capability not only reduced civilian casualties but also made campaigns far more efficient. Wars could now be fought with fewer bombs, fewer sorties, and less destruction of surrounding areas. In later conflicts, from Kosovo in 1999 to Afghanistan in 2001 and Iraq in 2003, precision-guided weapons became the standard of American air power. Today, nearly every strike carried out by the U.S. Air Force involves smart munitions, demonstrating how this achievement transformed modern combat. Globe Achievement 3. Total air dominance in the Gulf War. If one war showcased the full power of the U.S. Air Force, it was the 1991 Gulf War. In just the first few days of Operation Desert Storm, the Air Force achieved something almost unheard of in military history: complete air superiority. Iraqi aircraft were either destroyed on the ground or shot down within minutes of takeoff. Many Iraqi pilots fled their jets entirely, flying them to Iran to avoid destruction. The U.S. Air Force didn't just win the skies, it controlled them absolutely. Coalition forces could operate without fear of enemy aircraft, giving ground troops freedom to maneuver and attack without interference. Aircraft like the F-15 Eagle and F-16 Fighting Falcon demonstrated their dominance, with U.S. pilots achieving staggering kill ratios against the Iraqi Air Force. This wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. The Gulf War proved that the U.S. Air Force could not only fight wars but win them almost single-handedly by controlling the skies. It set a new standard for how wars would be fought in the 21st century. Satellite Achievement 4, Integration of Space and Cyber Power. Modern warfare isn't fought only in the air or on the ground. It extends to space and cyberspace, and the U.S. Air Force was among the first to realize this. For decades, Air Force satellites have been essential for navigation, communication, weather forecasting, and intelligence gathering. The creation of the GPS system, initially a military project, gave the U.S. unmatched ability to guide missiles, aircraft, and even troops on the ground with pinpoint accuracy. Later, the Air Force expanded its reach into cyber warfare, protecting America's digital infrastructure while also developing offensive cyber capabilities. In 2019, the U.S. Space Force was officially created as a new branch, but it was built directly on decades of Air Force expertise in space operations. The integration of space and cyber capabilities ensures that the U.S. military is not just dominant in the skies, but also in the invisible realms that define modern warfare. Without Air Force satellites and networks, precision strikes, global communication, and real-time intelligence would be impossible. This achievement underscores how the Air Force has evolved far beyond aircraft. It has become a global, multi-domain force. High Voltage Achievement 5, Rapid Global Strike Capability. Imagine this: a crisis breaks out anywhere in the world, and within hours, the United States can launch a strike with bombers, fighters, or drones. That's not theory, it's reality, thanks to the U.S. Air Force's global strike capability. Aircraft like the B-52 Stratofortress, the B-1B Lancer, and the B-2 Spirit give America the ability to hit targets anywhere on the planet without needing to position massive forces nearby first. In 2011, during the intervention in Libya, U.S. bombers flew missions from bases in Missouri all the way to North Africa and back, a round trip of over 25 hours. Few air forces in the world could even dream of pulling off such operations. This rapid response ability allows the U.S. to project power globally, deter adversaries, and reassure allies. It is one of the clearest demonstrations of how the Air Force doesn't just defend the U.S. homeland, it shapes events on the far side of the world. Robot Achievement 6, Drone Warfare and Unmanned Systems. The U.S. Air Force has also led the way in the development and use of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, better known as drones. The MQ-1 Predator and later the MQ-9 Reaper changed the battlefield forever. For the first time, America could carry out 24/7 surveillance over hostile areas and strike targets with precision missiles, all without putting pilots at risk. Drones became a central tool in the fight against terrorism in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Iraq, Syria, and beyond. High-value targets could be tracked for weeks before being eliminated in precision strikes. While controversial, drone warfare demonstrated a new kind of air power, one that combined intelligence, persistence, and surgical strikes in ways traditional aircraft could not. Today, the U.S. continues to expand drone capabilities, including stealth drones, swarming technology, and autonomous systems, proving once again its dominance in modern warfare innovation. SHIELD Achievement 7, Humanitarian Airlift and Disaster Response. The final achievement is one that often goes unnoticed but is just as vital: the U.S. Air Force's role in humanitarian missions and disaster relief. From delivering aid after the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, to flying emergency supplies into Haiti after the 2010 earthquake, to evacuating civilians during the 2021 Afghanistan withdrawal, the Air Force has proven that its power is not only destructive but also life-saving. The C-17 Globemaster III and the C-130 Hercules have become symbols of hope around the world, delivering food, medicine, and rescue teams into areas devastated by war or natural disaster. These missions highlight the dual nature of the Air Force, unmatched in combat, but also unmatched in its ability to bring relief and stability where it's needed most. From stealth technology to smart bombs, from total air dominance to space and cyber integration, from drones to humanitarian aid, the U.S. Air Force has consistently proven why it remains the most powerful air force in the world. These 7 achievements are not just milestones of American power, they are turning points in the history of warfare. They show how the U.S. Air Force has evolved from a simple branch of the military into a global force shaping the future of conflict and peace alike. As technology advances into hypersonics, artificial intelligence, and space operations, one thing is certain: the U.S. Air Force will continue to stand at the very center of modern warfare, pushing the boundaries of what is possible.